Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. And yes, it's a Sunday and I was not supposed to be doing a reading today. We're going out in a bit. I'm doing this very early on Sunday as the sun is shining brightly and the birds are tweeting out in the garden, but I'm doing it because yet again, the Parkles have amazed us all by popping up in an unexpected place. This time, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Canoein, the island of Canoein, to be precise. And I had just finished doing my readings yesterday when one rather strange photo of them appeared, as usual, with their backs to the camera. She, in an unfortunate dress, looking like she, in my opinion, has got something like rickets. It's looking very malnourished, very dangerously skinny, in a strange pose, the two of them not quite holding hands on a deserted street with a rather strange tale about how they had been shopping and had bumped into a barrel outside the shop, roll out the barrel, and everyone was commenting on what a delightful pair they were, so down to earth, so in love, so charming. So what is going on? People have been looking at the photo, and apart from wondering where everyone else in this desolate scene, wondering about shadows of buildings that go one way and trees that go another way, and the fact that the Parkles aren't quite holding hands but in a very awkward hit and miss situation, and just one random passerby happened to pap them as they were there. Also, people noticing things like the yacht club where they might be wandering around is new and might be in need of promotion. There is a Soho house on Canoein. It's the island where billionaires go to escape millionaires, apparently. So we have the Tarot of the Golden Wheel on the tarot table. We're going to have a look at this rather bizarre situation. We want to know with these cards whether they were really there, because a lot of people speculating that that photo was photoshopped. So were they there? How genuine is the photo? What's up? Why are they there? Is this a romantic getaway? They did spend an exhausting few hours in New York, of course, just before at that 25-minute summit, that mental health summit, and preceded by a 7-vehicle convoy around the block to get them a few yards across the street. So that must have been exhausting. It is apparently much quicker to fly. Well, it's obviously not apparently, it is absolutely much quicker to fly down to St. Vincent from New York than it is to fly from LA. So obviously hopped on, one would speculate, a private jet and flew down there afterwards to recuperate. We know they only like to do 1 hour of charitable work a week, so said their annual returns for Archewell. So that's all very interesting, how exhausting their lives are, that they need to go away to a luxury resort and perhaps merge it. But what is most fascinating of all is, where are the children? Because of course they have been away. Meghan was late to Düsseldorf because she was buying milkshakes and getting them off to school. Did she pack them off with their milkshakes to school for a whole month? A 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Then they stopped off in Portugal to reconnect with Princess Eugenie, who might be distancing herself from the Parkles. I did a reading on that. And then they were off to New York for that 25-minute summit, and then off to the islands for a holiday. So where are the children? That's what we're going to be looking at. We also want to know what's the vibe between them, with this rather awkward pose of her in her very long dress, and as I say, her I don't want to be unkind, but it almost looks like a dowager's hump that's forming on her back. Very disturbing to me. As I've said to you before, I have some experience of eating disorders and the physical problems that can come from that in my very close surroundings, without getting more specific than that. So it is something that concerns me when I see someone that frail looking with those kind of strange lumps and bumps sticking out from their backs is not a good look. That's my opinion. Let's remind you as I shuffle some more. This is all tarot for fun and entertainment. This is all speculation. It is all my opinion. We read energy here, archetypal energy, because we are dealing with an archetypal family, the British royal family. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it. Form your own opinions about what's going on. But we want to know what's going on. How genuine was this trip, the photo? Why were they there? Were they merching for Soho House or the yacht club? Cough, cough. The vibe between them, Harry and Meghan, and the kids. Where are the kids? Who's looking after them? So that's our reading. I think we're good to go. We're going to do just one more shuffle. And then let's see what this Sunday morning tarot spread tells us. I'm going to set it to upload a bit later, I think. Maybe not. We'll see. But a surprise reading for me and for you. No one expected this. No one at all. Thought they'd go away for a while. We could all have some peace and quiet and focus on other things in the world. But nope. So there it is. Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Can't remember if I showed you the actual tarot deck. I don't think I did. Let's get it out, give you a peek at it. Tarot of the Golden Wheel, in case anyone forgot. I think I have shown you, but there it is again. Queen of Pentacles is our underlying energy of this reading. That is a woman who's very grounded, very earthy, very loyal and supportive, and the good wife. But she could be somebody who was very keen on her pentacle, the Queen of Pentacles. Very focused on material wealth, on practical things, not in a negative way. She's very hard to find a negative energy in the Queen of Pentacles when she's upright. She's the wife, the devoted supporter, but she could be the person who is actually out to make the money, or needing to make money, needing to find a way of supporting the family. The Queen of Pentacles often shows up in readings where somebody is supporting someone else in a situation, possibly in a material way. So there she is. So we're in need of money here. We're in need of some quite big money, possibly. She was wearing very expensive dress, our Queen of Pentacles, with that enormous tote bag that we've seen before. Has been looking particularly scruffy, but that's just them. So, situation, what are we dealing with? What are we dealing with? The Six of Cups is a reconciliation card. Perhaps this is not quite as mercenary as people are speculating, and it's trying to rekindle a romance. The Six of Cups very often is old flames that reconnect people who have been separated, reuniting, reconciling. It's going back to the past. So it looks to me as if this might be a romantic getaway, might actually be true. And that deserted street, that bleak surroundings, it looks like, some people are saying it is AI, but it looks, the background looks as if it's been computer generated. It doesn't look real, even though it is. I went and had a look at photos of that particular area, and it does look like that, but it looks like a stage set, you know, one of those sound stages from a studio where we're filming something. It looked fake, even if it's not. But anyway, reconciliation, going back to the past, trying to rekindle some sort of innocence and old flamey kind of a vibe. Just had to have a photographer there to pap them. So let's see, how true is this? Are they really there? Were they really there? Did they really go away on holiday? We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. That's interesting because it's a card of deception, the Seven of Swords. Sneaky behavior, sometimes even illegal behavior, dishonest behavior. When it's upright, you get away with it. When it's in reverse, you get caught out. You have to confess. You're exposed. Your wrongdoing is exposed. So if they weren't there, and it's possible that they were not there with that Seven of Swords, the energy that I'm reading of the Seven of Swords in reverse, they possibly were not there together and are being caught out. quite easily and quite quickly because of some possibly inept photoshopping. Speculating, of course. Let's look at the photo itself. Only one. Miraculously, just happened to be one other person in that deserted setting who managed to see them as they were walking away, not quite holding hands. A very awkward pose. Was that how genuine is the photo? How genuine is it? King of Wheels. Somebody very powerful wanted this to look the way it looks. I'm not getting deception. If I got that card there, I would have said massive amounts of deception. But I've already got a level of deception in this reading of inauthenticity, of being exposed as not true. So somebody, and I don't know who the King of Pentacles is, it's not Harry. Somebody needed this to look like they were really there together, having a wonderful time in this very strange place. Gave me the creeps. There are some other beautiful spots. I did look around, but if you paid me or offered me a free holiday there to go and mix with billionaires in that particular resort, I would say thank you, but no thank you. I'd rather go somewhere else. King of Wheels, though, it's very important to make this happen. We've got the matching pair, the King and Queen of Wheels here, King and Queen of Pentacles. People who are out to look like something that maybe they're not, to look like billionaires on holiday, carefree holiday after doing their hour of charitable work a week. That's the appearance that they're trying to convince us of. They have tried to convince us of things before with photographs that have been admittedly photoshopped. Miss and Harriman has admitted photoshopping pictures of theirs before, hence the reason why people are suspicious of everything that comes out about the Parkles. How genuine is it? Sitting under that Seven of Swords in reverse, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that it was real. One of them might have been there, but I'm not thinking that both of them were there. That's my personal opinion, but we'll see. We'll try and figure this out. Why were they there, if they were there? I mean, they might have both been there. We got the Four of Swords in reverse. This is because things are not going well. Things are not going well at all. The Four of Swords is the rest and retreat after a heavy defeat card. You go away, crawl away, and lick your wounds, and you contemplate what has gone wrong, and you try to figure out a better way. You try to heal, but they can't resist showing themselves in public. So this is a need to be seen in public because all their previous public appearances have been criticized, even ridiculed. Of course, it would have been more appropriate for her to wear that dress in Dusseldorf and the little play suits that she was skipping about in front of wounded veterans in Dusseldorf here on the island. But gets it wrong, repeatedly gets it wrong, ridiculed, condemned because of her fashion choices, not only in Dusseldorf but also in New York. That terribly inappropriate pantsuit with a top that was almost pulled down to her navel. Very, very unfortunate look given the context. Very inappropriate, and can't let it go with the Four of Swords in reverse. Can't just go away and sit quietly and think and maybe get good advice for people, reassess the situation. Of course, William and Catherine were out and about because they've come back from holidays, also on an island just sort of a short hop away. And they're out and about now doing their usual royaling and Rugby World Cup and things like that. So very busy, very public. And these two, or this one, can't bear to be left out, can't bear not to have her photo in the paper front page every single day, however ill-advised it is. Four of Swords in reverse, however unproductive it is, however harmful it is to her reputation, because the Four of Swords always, for me as a reader, speaks about reputational harm. And so there we have it. So they're trying to fix that, but not very successfully, in a sort of frenetic way. Were they there to merch, as people are speculating, either for Soho House or for the yacht club that they were mooching around, the deserted yacht basin or marina, whatever. Were they there to merch? I've got the Magician in reverse. more of a PR thing. But it is a trickster energy, and so it's possible that they were. I can't say hand on heart that they were in this reading, but the Magician card in reverse is up to something, and up to something PRE. So it looks like they're out promoting something. So I would say they are at some level promoting one of those places. With the Magician in reverse. Magician in reverse is very much about PR. It's very much about something not being quite what it seems to be. So romantic holiday, we have the romantic holiday, Six of Cups, is not quite what it seems with this Magician card in reverse. There is some trickery afoot. There is some level of deception, Seven of Swords, that I'm picking up in this reading, an energy of deception, an energy of things not being quite what they seem. And people are on it. People were on it the second that this photo appeared. And if I hadn't already done my readings yesterday, I would have hopped on and done another reading on this, quite honestly, because it was so startling. It's such a strange scenario given where they have been and given how long they have been away from their children for. Nothing about this stacks up and makes sense except this level of desperation that the Four of Swords is telling me about. So let's look at them individually, the vibe. Whether they're there together or not. What's the vibe between them at the moment? Harry, how is Harry doing? Assuming he's there. And we got the Hermit in reverse. That is literally a Harry card. It's the Virgo Major Arcana. It's the Hermit in his shadow aspect. It's also somebody who's been forced out into the public eye against his wishes. Somebody who is coming out from some sort of seclusion, the Hermit in reverse. We've got it twice. We've got the Four of Swords in reverse in the public eye when they shouldn't really be, and the Hermit in the reverse coming out of a period of seclusion to be seen in public, and not necessarily in the best guise, because the Hermit in reverse is of course his shadow energy. So he's someone who's there, and if he's there reluctantly. He doesn't want to be seen in public. This is screaming to me, the energy of this card is screaming to me that he doesn't want this done. He doesn't want this level of publicity and notice. He of course wanted to go to America, get away from the whole royal life, because he hated being wheeled out and exploited and having to glad hand people and put on the happy smiley face for the people who were paying for the palaces and the luxury lifestyle that he lived all his life. Couldn't see why he should be bothered. He wanted to go away and play polo and fool around and hang out with the celebrity crowd in California. And so this is reluctant energy. This is also ill-advised energy. Herself, how is she doing? We've got Justice in reverse. First thing that comes to my mind is divorce, splits will. Justice card is about legal proceedings. It can very much signify separation, divorce, speaking to lawyers about things, but it also is about things that might seem very unfair, and something about this situation she feels is wrong at some level. I think she feels that her whole life at this point is a source of grievance. Justice in reverse, you can feel that life is unfair, things are going against you, things haven't worked out the way they were supposed to. You might feel that you are owed at some level, you are owed better. She might feel that he owes her something. It might be, well, I have set up all these deals, Queen of Wheels, King of Wheels, I've set them all up and you're so ungrateful. Now you owe me a holiday here, or you owe me at least to pretend to be here on holiday with me. We didn't get any sight of them in Portugal. We only heard rumours about them being there, and then rumours came out of them staying in separate accommodation. He allegedly at Princess Eugenie's house, she allegedly in a hotel. So it's, you owe me some, keep up the appearance of this relationship. So he couldn't quite find it in himself to hold hands with her if he was actually there. It was this is how much you get and no more. So this kind of vibe. There they are. There he is, Hermit in reverse. There she is, Justice in reverse. I did a reading on them recently. Very, very, very toxic situation that's going on there as far as I can tell, reading their energy. What about the children? I think this is the thing that most disturbs everyone about this scenario, that now pretty much for a whole month they have been away from those children. What is going on? Where are they? Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about planning. It doesn't give me a location. Two of Wands. These two are butting heads. These two are fighting. It's telling me, and this particular tarot deck gives the strange energy of the Two of Wands, this competitive energy, of a sense of conflict around them. It's not comfortable. There is something going on in the background. I have read on the children relatively recently, and I got some quite disturbing energy from that reading about the fact that there might be legal drama around them, there might be care issues around them, there might be problems that might not be with them. It's giving me a sense of conflict. It's giving me a sense of power struggles. There might be a background custody battle going on that's coming through with that Two of Wands. So that's where it's giving me conflict. It's giving me struggle over who gets to plan their lives, their day-to-day care, whatever you want to interpret the Two of Wands, that level of planning and forecasting, looking forward. The Two of Wands looks forward and makes plans for the future, and so there's some future planning going on there that is in conflict and dispute. How about who has them? And we get another two, and twos are always about decisions, and the Two of Swords is the ultimate decision card. Conflict. This again is a very difficult decision that has to be made. It's and I said this in the previous reading about them, it's King Solomon kind of decision. Who gets them is up for debate, and it hasn't been decided yet. This is not good energy. Their energy isn't coming through, except we've got twos, and there are two of them obviously, but it's more about a couple that's in dispute here, in my opinion. This is the energy that I'm reading. Future plans, there's conflict about. Who has them? There is conflict about. There is a decision that has to be made that is in limbo at the moment. It's being thought about, it's being contemplated. There may well be legal proceedings in here, because we have the Justice card in reverse in her energy, and I said divorce, possible legal issues, probably possible family court type of proceedings that are going on here in the background. This is all an illusion, and we know it's an illusion because we've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. That's come up in the why they are there position. They're there for some form of illusion, but we're not buying it, we're not falling for it. It's being exposed quite rapidly. I would think with that energy that we might hear more background noise about it, more rumors, more blind items, more of that kind of stuff that exposes more of what's really going on here. But what is really going on here is a masquerade, some attempt to go back to the past and create this illusion of happiness, of idyllic time spent together in paradise, all of that nonsense. But there is a distinct need to stabilize a situation, stabilize a relationship, possibly stabilize a marriage, stabilize a financial situation, but it being exposed, really needing to go away and take time out and think and heal their reputations, but not able to, and some trickery with the Magician in reverse. They definitely are up to something while they're there that's more than just having a romantic getaway. Magician in reverse tells me it's PR, it's spin, whether it is spin just to convince us of something that is not true, or whether they are there to merch, to promote something on that island is debatable, but there is more than meets the eye in all these cards. It's very troubling. This situation is particularly troubling with the children who haven't been seen since, I think, the 4th of July, and that was suspect. A lot of people said that weren't falling for that little happy family scenario either. But here there is something going on. There are decisions going on in the background. There is conflict around the status of these children, and that is the energy that I am getting. And as ever, disclaimer in the box below, do your own research, figure it out for yourself, but that is what the cards are telling me today as a tarot reader. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.